Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the latest live stream. Live stream number 341. Bit of a topic tonight. Trying to work through a backlog of stock. And I keep finding items that I don't even remember I have or even remember buying. Like, I'm thinking, hang a minute. Where is show you a couple of bits a little bit later. So my name's Peter, part time maybe reseller, all around legend from the south in England. Also I have my other channel, Quack Attack Gamer. It's in the description below as well. It's my gaming channel where I play games, do the odd little video, YouTube shorts, all about gaming and gaming related things. So there's quite a few shorts going out of the latest Resident Evil 4 remake. So far up until March, I've still got another half a dozen to go through and upload, but I'll do that ASAP when I get a chance. So check that out as well. I'm 32 subscribers, and that's really good. Really enjoying that, and over 1.2 something views, which is good. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all in the description below. Ko-Fi page. I'm an eBay store in the description below. Do check it out. I try and upload new items as I can when time allows. So go through, see what we got. I'll move out of the way. Got TMG just popping in. Internet Daily. Lee, Retro Electrical Repair. Ian, welcome in. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it, mate. You're doing well with your charity shop runs. So I left a little comment on your Instagram because mine are absolute bog standard rubbish, dire. Like you cannot get in there with like even for example, you can't even go in there and think, right, I've got £20. What can I buy? Nothing, because half of them are like really high prices, or they just like reduce them. Even the crap that's been reduced for months and months, don't chuck them out or sell them off to the ragman or something. You know what I mean? Stupid, really, but it is what it is. Even the ones in Hitchin Town Centre when I went for the meetup, which that video is going to be released on Friday, hopefully. They were quite expensive as well, and I brought some bits, but not much. Just a very small handful of stuff. Even so, Carpunk's popping in Michelle, thanks for popping in. Ian popped in there. Welcome in. What else we got popping in? Bills and Moon. Loads of resellers about today, but I found a few bits. Yeah, they're really good bits. Even like a Boppet Extreme 2 for £3. I usually get around £18 for that particular Boppet. And Jellycats, I don't see them very often. Let's have a look. Got any questions? Put them in the side chat. I think that's it for now. Any other questions, people? No. Welcome. So what have I been up to this week? It's been busy with life in general, but trying to work through a backlog. I've been listing these. Let's get these out of the way. Well, when I say listing wise, drafting things like these, programs and souvenir brochures. There's different ones. Chelsea, Man United, 2007. Got the classic Wimbledon. Oops. Wembley, 88. FA Cup final, 85. Fulham, Chelsea, FA Cup semi-final. I've got to have a look to see if I have this particular one in my collection. If I don't, then this little bad boy is going in my collection. And that's sat down the back on the side for about a year. Because I listed the ones that were available, sold them all pretty well. Actually, no, I sold most of them, but a few left. What's the last one I got to do? I didn't get a chance to draft up Arsenal, Newcastle, 1998. So that's roughly what I see down the car boot, because obviously, like, whatever area you live in, like if you live in, like, I don't know, Bangor, Cardiff, Newcastle, Liverpool, London area, Surrey, you're going to get different types of football programs, bundles of stuff like, I don't know, Newcastle, Cardiff, Liverpool, for example, Chelsea, Fulham, Wimbledon, the old Wimbledon, all these type stuff. I got these from a dealer, not for that much money. I can remember having a chat with the dealer and getting a good deal, but I can't remember what I paid. You know, but I know one I sold for like £35. That sold plus postage, minus all the fees and what I paid. Basically, like almost paid for the whole lot. So good, like pretty happy with those. I just happened to find them the other day. I was like, hang a minute. So yeah, I've been drafting those up. There's not many there left. Right. Let's go down the list. If you've got any questions, put them in the side chat. Also, like, I've been trying to work for a bit of a backlog because, like, you do get the odd, I say, the very odd, occasional, like, well, yeah, occasional, like, I can't remember. Go saying that. Sorry, I was reading Ian's. I'll look at that comment in a sec. Well, what I'm trying to remember what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, about Carboots. Like, you got your occasional one that are in the winter time, like one that's 50 minutes away, and it's like goes through the most of the year within a few, like, because they're in horse stables, and if they got like trials and stuff, then they don't run it. But most of the year, and I think like my local ones in a car park, it's crap. Too cold, no one goes in there really. But that's really about it, because most of the others just shut down like September, October, some even go through to mid-November, and that's it, and then open back up in March. Because my local will get absolutely rammed for a couple of about 2-3 weeks until the main big one around opens up in April. So well, Ian, if they're still there, pick them up and send me a Instagram. I'll PayPal you some cash. You send them over. Wallop. Done. Yeah, just let me know via Instagram. Give me a picture. Done. I'm happy. Always like selling programs, like get a big bundle going or a few bundles. They do sell quite well. It's one of those ones that do sit around, but they do sell well. Hi PWD, thanks for popping in. But it's just trying to work out, like, basically, like looking at stuff I had going. Like, for example, pick out a couple of bits I saw recently. Going through up here. These, yeah, box down stuff. I'll have to try and make some sort of video at some point, just going through stuff. But yeah, look, bit dusty, but you can see like a few wrestlers. Because you got Jeff Hardy, Triple H, McMahon, not worth much money. I've just got them on top of the shelf. MVP, right, and there's others. Oh, nice one, Chris. I'll have a look at it in a sec. Let me put it back on the table. I'll put it away later. Can't get it shut. Like, for example, oh no, I know they're there. Just picking out a few bits. Oh, I'll do it later. Well, basically, it's quite a lot that I can see. It's just quite difficult to get to stuff. I should prepared beforehand a few bits, but like, even for example, like stuff like this. Nice. Do see Stoke City programs, a whole bundle of them, right? Stoke City. I mean, I was going to photograph them about a year ago, right? Even more than that. And guess what? I didn't get around to it. I got them out to photograph, ran out of time, and guess what? They're still sat there. Like I've got beer steins, books. It's just a load of stuff that just basically needs going. Like just trying to work out because time's very limited. I've had so much to do. Like for example, like new tire and new rim on the car we got, Fiesta. We went on Friday. Mum got it on Monday. And that, and seems okay. I've got to test it out. How good it is. We've got to check the tire pressures before I go out, and I'll probably do Friday or something. Stuff to take down a tip. People coming in and out. And Dad had some unexpected physio because, like about a year ago, a lady phoned up sort of some physio, and then when she was supposed to come, she was ill, and then she had a cancellation because their backlog of people and less people doing that particular physio type of stuff and medical stuff. And where she's based now it ain't great. Local hospital ain't great, and like basically they're getting like less money for doing a lot of work. It's all like that hospital sort of stuff. So she came Friday, and she come back on Monday. That was Friday. No, it was on Friday. I can't remember what I'm talking about. She came at the beginning of the week, Monday I think it was, and then she came back on Friday again. Got a new frame for my dad and that, and it's just like one thing after another, and other personalised things happening as well. So I just like start something because today, what happened was like I meant to be doing a lot of drafting, and I got reminded last night I was playing a game with a few legends, and like I was like, oh, I need to print off some paperwork and stuff. I was printing off like I thought, shit, I need to do that because when you get like you pay your eBay bill and stuff, you can print off all the bits and pieces like and that. And I was like, shit, I need to print them all off and sort it all out. And yeah, that got a bit distracting. Now I printed off some stuff I needed to for my business from Amazon, like invoices and stuff. They could get quite far behind. Like I would like to do that because otherwise, like if anything happens and you need to produce those invoices or statements and stuff, like your financial statements, tax invoices and stuff, then yeah, I've got it. I've got it all in folders. What I do, I print them out double-sided. So one that way, one the other way, and it's you can see it on it's like it comes out of the printer up right side. It's perfectly fine and all that. So I was doing that for quite a number of hours. Yeah. And then I'd uploaded this picture live and some other bits out. But by the time I actually got sat down to draft stuff up, it was quite late. Anyway, hi Pat, thanks for popping in. Hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Hi Swamp Picker, Glyn, hope always well in America. Hi Limelight Vinci, thanks for popping in. Chris Tyler's got a question there. What's your thoughts on the Royal Mail cutting deliveries to 3 days a week? Well. They were talking about that on the news earlier on, and I was like, okay, right. Because they're definitely cutting Saturday deliveries. Also, there's a rise soon in stamps. Like, I went through all my, like, large letter stuff, and I thought, is it actually worth me sending it large letter? Because, like, large letter's gone up so much. I don't think it's worth sending large letter. Do any of you send stuff large letter? Because here in the UK, it's very expensive to send large letter. Like, because you can send it from, like, I can't remember the, like, height of it, but there's 2.5 centimeters, I think it is, 2.5 centimeters, Royal Mail. And then what you do, if it's over, like, 750, under 2.5, and then it costs a bit more. But if it's over 100, like grams, then, and it's more than 2.5 centimeters, then it jumps like £1 or £2 for the postage cost. It's disgusting, really. So you've got to really be careful in that particular way on the raw mail. But cutting deliveries, it's basically raw mail. It's cutting people from their jobs, all a little bit like this raw mail scandal with that program that's been on Mr. Bates' post office and all that sort of stuff. Because I've got it up here on a thing. So cutting deliveries from 6 days to 5 days. But like, for example, I always think like, because sometimes like you work out like raw mail deliveries and you think, right, because you get a bit stunned sometimes when something gets delivered in like 1 day, 1 day and a half, and you think, okay, and then other things take like 4 or 5 days. Like, because if I usually I send second class raw mail, and sometimes it gets there like in a day or so. But I think like if you can catch the person collecting the raw mail sacks before, right, when you're coming in, you manage to do it while you're coming in. You pick them all up and send them to the warehouse facility, right? That's okay, and then they can do it through. But sometimes it takes 3 or 4 or 5 days or more. Other stuff taking way over a week, like, and there's not even Christmas time either. Let me know what you think about the post office cutting days down, like 5 days, 3 days, whatever, and delivering, because they're cutting down Saturdays for delivery. Yeah, they want to scrap Saturday post. It's a bit shit though, because I kind of enjoy having posts on Saturdays. It's like, oh, got like because apparently it says here the volume of letters halved from 14.3 billion in 2011-12, 7.3 billion last year, right? 2022-23 bracket. And like what it's saying on the news, that people awaiting hospital letters and stuff, like my dad, he awaits letters from the hospital. Sometimes that could take a long time to get. If you see the official stamp, you get like an official stamp on the letters, you think, oh, it's been stamped on the 24th. It hasn't got here to like 2 weeks. And then you got, for example, the stamps there are set to rise because obviously last April, first class stamps went from 95p to 110, and then second class stamps rose by 10%, 68p to 75p, right? Right. And the fact is, like, they're going to rise at least 10% more in April, as per usual. Like, for example, like, because here we have, well, one main lady, middle-aged lady, and she's okay, she comes round. She didn't deliver any post today. The only thing I had off was Amazon, who just dropped the DVDs I ordered and buggered off. I'm like, oh, thank you. Luckily, we don't live in a high crime area where stuff gets nicked. Takes a piss, really. But sometimes, like, Mum said, had a young lady the other day, and I see other people, and like, we don't just have the one postie. We have like 4 or 5 during every so often, like a week or two. So basically, it depends on where you live. Depends on how frequent like the post can get there, because some people live in the like arse end of nowhere, like in the countryside or something like that. Or if you live in a big like city, fair enough, or a big town, then you're gonna get frequent post. But if you don't, or you live quite far out, like say you live in a farmhouse in Yorkshire Dales, you only get post like once or twice a week, but it's quite difficult with the post service. But it's quite difficult as well if they're chopping up, like not delivering like from 6 days to 5, possibly down to 3 days delivery, right? And collecting post. What would that do to the people who work in the post office though? Would there be a shortage of jobs down the postie? you know what I mean? You got to think about that particular way of thinking about it, like because my local post office, um, it used to be in the Martin McColl's, um, and they recently, last like month and a half, 2 months, moved same store but put into a Morrison's. So the post office, where it used to be really nice post office, proper one, old school, went and you had down where the tills are. It's quite cramped, and the lack of staff in there, and it's just disgusting. If someone's holding it up, you could be there half an hour to an hour in a queue. It really annoys me. That's why you've really only got a certain like for example, like is it worth your time? And then you got to work out like how many post offices do you have in your area, for example, because one not too far from me shut down last year, but I have got a handful. But it all depends if they want to take the post office. Like for example, take the post, because some of them are a bit disgusting. For example, sound a quick gander. So from where I am, 1, 2, 3, that's closed down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9 in a decent area, like mileage, for example. Within like 6 miles, you know. But on, I know, like I've got one, 2, 2 on top of my head are crap because of the staff who work in there, and I won't go in there. Like, you know, it's just a difficult thing with the post offices as it is. So it's difficult if you live in an area where you're traveling like 5 miles plus, because you're thinking of petrol cost, even though you can claim the petrol back, like on your taxes and stuff like that. That's another story entirely. It's very difficult, you know, particularly with the post office itself, and the rise in stamps. That just takes a mick, because like recently, a couple of weeks back, went through all my large letters, had to change my large letters price wise, and work out a new system, because I do business policies on my postage stuff. So I've worked out, and it's just like one headache after another. But I was just going back to saying about the post office and the fact how like the rising costs of like people won't send, like how it's going to cost to send a parcel through raw mail. People won't use it. They'll try and look at other couriers. People only use it because like it's quick on the doorstep. But if they're thinking about it, they'll use other couriers. So we could see post offices shut in the near future, and people out of work. Like as I say, my local one is not great because they run out of staff anyway. I got an understanding with people down there because I go in quite regularly, but you still got to wait in the post office queue and stress out in that particular way. Let's go down the chat. Got any other questions? Pop them in the side chat. Hi Pat, thanks for popping in. Hope you're well. Looking forward to the Carboots starting. Hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Stu's popped in. Welcome, Stu. Well, we got down there. My son has 1 delivery a week at the moment, so 3 would be an improvement. Fair enough. Hopefully, like there's more deliveries to his place where he lives. Looks like knockdown ginger with Amazon and deliveries. Well, yeah. Yep, sure is. I get that. Yeah. It's only letter post as far as I'm aware, and will need to be approved by Parliament before it can happen. Right, because I was only reading roughly what they put online. Possibly, yeah. Yeah, like it says there, by cutting deliveries from 6 to 5 days a week could save as much as 650 million if it's moved to 3 days a week. So yeah, it would go through Parliament, because they'll need to do something though, Parliament, because they may have an election in May to elect another idiot to Parliament. You know what I mean? Like Prime Minister. What a load of toss that is. You know. But it's very difficult. Like, because as Richard says there, it will go through the Parliament before it can happen anyway. But it's just one of those things, like scaremongering. You've got to take it at face value. Just realise it may happen. Like the postage stamps go up, come down 3 days a week, and you might not get post forever. And then if you're looking, waiting for letters, because there's still a lot of letters that people send out, not just around Christmas time, but for like hospital appointments, for example. Not everything's on emails, you know. So yeah, it's a difficult thing, and it can happen. Like for example, like every parcel for some other courier companies that are now in most post offices. I don't know about my local actually. I'm never actually bothered to kind of check, because I don't really send with other couriers that much. Well, I use Royal Mail, right, for around 70% of what I send. And then the rest usually is Collect Plus. Oh, Collect Fuck me. I thought I did Yodel. Yeah, it used to be Collect Plus. It's Yodel. All right. That's probably around, say 70. Well, actually, yeah. Say 70 Royal Mail, 20, 25, possibly 30%, around 25, 30% Yodel, and then your 1% will be like very, very, very rarely. It's not because I don't have like well, I have parcels that could go every, but I just feel like I don't get good service with every. Not just the people who want to. No, dear, cheers, Ian. Send me like every, just people who work for every or work in the places like the where can send it, like the corner shop or the garage, you know, petrol garage. They're right pain, so I just gave up in the end. Because during COVID I had Yodel deliver, but then it was Collect Plus, and they were useless at collecting. I just go down to a local shop, or if that's closed, and I'll go to another shop. 9 times out of 10, it works perfectly fine. Like, you get collected on time. They've got a standing arrangement with the local couriers, and yeah, it's fine. I've had no, well, I haven't had a complaint for a number of years now. Obviously, with that package to Juni and Christmas, that was just a coincidence. It took forever. Just stuck at a depot locally to where I live. I just couldn't be bothered to go down there for a Christmas period. If just like too manic, you know what I mean? So Richard saying there, he sends quite a few large letters, getting less and less worth it now. May as well pay for tracked if it is over 100 grams now. I get that 100%. Yeah, because if you even look, for example, post office, and you go on their postage prices, which I'm doing now, just like an estimated, because your large letter, right, 2.5 centimeters tall, 25 on the old width, and 35 centimeters on the length, right? And you got to work it out. Press next, and yeah, it's up to like 100. So, for example, like you got because obviously I do mine through eBay, and it's a little bit cheaper. I'm just quoting from the Royal Post Office website. Let's go up there once. That's perfect. That's what I want. Let's get 2 lots going. Say 100 grams. G's, grams. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to 120 grams. Yeah, there we go. Perfect, because it's the letter's gone out. Because I used to be able to send like letters and certain items, but that's when I first started. But these days you just can't do it, because if you've been thinking about it, right? You've got a large letter under 100 grams, right? because you can get 750 max weight, right? But it's got to be under 2.5 centimeters tall, which is very rare. You do. For example, I haven't got anything to hand. I'll just say, for example, that, right? That you can get away with large letter, but for one of my Shaun the Sheep glow in dark stickers with little bit of cardboard on top just to make it, because if you leave it in a package, it gets bent and it rips open. You need to put little cardboard over it, and underneath it takes up slightly over the 2.5 centimeters. So you got to work it out, pay a bit more. So I reworked it out the other week, because if you get under 100, it's on the post office website. It's 155 second class, and sign for second class 305, right? And then if you're going over the 100 grams and you've got more than 2.5 centimeters tall, you're looking at 240 for a large letter on the post office website, and second class sign for 390. So it's disgusting, really, what it is. I find I can't send large letters at all. But I, fingers crossed, touch wood, I've not had anyone complain about postage costs. Not saying I haven't ever, but people that mind paying, like, I'm always happy if it's an older item to give someone a good discount. If they send me like an offer for a few quid off or something, I'm happy to take it. Or send an offer to a watcher, I'm happy to take that. It can be quite tricky, like, to work out, because that's the one thing, like, I find difficult in reselling. One of them few things is postage, getting the right postage on that particular, because what you got to work out, say for example, you're selling loads of things around me. Say for example, you're selling a bundle of these games, right? You put a bundle there and you stick out, and you got to work weigh that, and then you've obviously got to weigh up for the like the cardboard and the packaging and stuff weighs slightly more. Oh, just know it's got another crack there. It's probably from where it's been stored. Oh damn! Oh well. Made my money on the bundle anyway. But you know what I mean. So sometimes, like, I used to, like, well, I still kind of rush through if I'm a bit busy. But if I'm thinking about it, I always try and put up a little bit on the weight, just in case, especially when I'm using parcel to go and using like Yodel, for example, and that. But no, I just normally use like the eBay site, and it's a little bit cheaper. Sometimes Packlink, if it calls for it, but not very often. Because, like, it's easy to use Packlink. Because I think if you use eBay, just normal eBay for the postage, like, say for example you're using every Yodel, that comes out of your account, your bank account, right? Straight away. But if you're using Packlink or Parcel to Go, you can set it up to take out of your PayPal, which I love to do, because I always print a PayPal slips off anyway. For me, like, for the business and that, and then just work through that when I've got like me spreadsheets to do and stuff, because I just do spreadsheets. It's easier, and for what I've learned over the years, I just say goodbye to Ian. She's popping in, get some good stuff at the charity shops. Even in B2P, thanks for popping in, always appreciated. No worries. Most of my things go Yodel these days. About £2.45, 10% cash back for up to 1k fully tracked. Yeah. Is that with Parcel to Go, Parcel Monkey, or just through Patlink? Let us know, Richard. If you're looking at it, so you say up to 1 kilogram. Let's go Parcel to Go. PAR. Parcel to Go, 1 kilogram. Drop off. Yep. Come on. Oh. There we go. Lovely. what you got applied. Is that with a 2-day service or a 3-day service? If you're doing parcel to go, Richard. Yeah, as I say, it's not too bad realistically if you're thinking about it. Like for example, £2.45. No, it's usually all right. And that particular, yeah, because you've got 10% cash back anyway, so good in that particular. And if you're going through Patlink, then it's slightly different, I think, money wise. But like, and it also depends what you use. Depends on like what courier company you use. Depends on where you live and how far you got to travel. Because some people got to travel miles to get to a post office every collection. Because like you can get collected, but it costs twice as much to get a parcel collected, for example. Look in the side chat there. Not sure about them taking from a balance. I don't know how it's expenses then in QuickBooks unless you do it manually. Right. Okay. Oh, you are. So you're using QuickBooks. Parcel to go through to complete savings to get the cash back. Yeah. Correct. Mm. Yeah. So that's the only way really to do it on that particular score. Through the cash back. But it's always decent. Like, do you usually book with protection or without protection? Depends what it is. And sometimes I do if I've quoted quite a bit of and it's like a little bit under that, then it's worth doing protection. But if I've nailed it pretty much exactly, I'll just do it without protection because I've never had any. Well, not for a long time. Had any issues. Fingers crossed, touch wood. I don't have any. But you can go through like because it is as it says here, the like postable next day every is stuck through a letterbox. But it's very difficult on that particular because like for example, like let me just do 2-day service there. You've got like you've sold something, you get it packaged up, stick a packing note in there, cost of like wherever it is, maybe free box you've used, stick it through onto like Parcel to Go, Yodel, whatever, or even Raw Mail, and you post like, well, that's how much it's going to cost, blah 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 blah. Put it into your spreadsheets, do all that, or QuickBooks, and then you think, right, okay, that's cool, and then you send it, right. But what I'm getting at here is the fact it takes your time to do all that, and then if you're sending to somewhere like, because obviously a lot of these areas we don't know in the UK, of course. And like we've all had these messages where people say, "Oh, my parcel's got nicked." Da, 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 da. Like in most cases, it's bullshit. Like, but in some cases, like it's true. Because I've had a few like last year where they've been nicked from front doorsteps, and it's like I think, all that time I spent packing and doing labels and getting down the post office, like it don't like not quick, is it? It's just not like you can do that and I'm done. I'm back. It's all that stress, like, and the fact is, like, you get it, and it's like, oh, screen they nicked. But normally, when you have that, you look at the tracking, see if it's been where it's been put, because sometimes the couriers that they do like a photograph, and you can see that, and you send it to the person, say, is that your door or whatever. Well, actually, yeah, but before then, you double check on Google Maps. It's good sometimes if it's like up to date Google Maps, and you can check that's their door on a particular number. But it's kind of a pain. So I see, Richard. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. You do through so you pay through PayPal. I get it. You post through the eBay balance. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Oh shit. Hi, Chris. Hope all is well in Orlando. I know you're back soon. I've seen your videos with Santa Claus himself. But it seems you didn't go to the main place like a lot of people do, which is good. But I look forward to your videos when you get back. in the live. What time's it over there, by the way? Like 2, 3 in the afternoon or something? Let us know. eBay. Just go into eBay and have a double check. Orders. Yeah, because what's Richard saying there? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, 270. Yeah. About experience. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then it's like carriers. Yeah, because they do like Yodel, and it's can be quite expensive. But if you do Patlink, then it's different. But it's always a minefield with postage. I always find that. Supposing you do as well. 5 behind. Hopefully you're a good boy and you got a Prezi off Santa. 5 behind. So we'll start 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3:42-ish. Nice. When you get back, like the end of the week or something, because you should be live on Monday or something. It's been a couple of weeks ish. Because Belle did put a post out on Instagram. Only got 2 days. That's right. Yeah. I think it was 2 days. Been so busy lately. I can't keep up with it all. So yeah, 2 days to get a 2-week tan sitting on by the pool. I suppose you've had some sort of weather warning in Florida, because it always happens. Like you watch these videos, people going around the theme parks or going around Miami or up north, right? And you think, oh, it's supposed to be sunny. Oh no, they got a weather warning. Pissing down with rain, getting wet. You know what I mean? I bet he was. I bet it. I bet it's with bulging. I bet it was like. I hopefully get to see that on his well, on your videos, like what he's been buying you. Hopefully your sack was bulging, not in that particular way, but in a way of fact, giving him a present. All he's done for you for like duck race and other things on that. Back on Friday, righto. Good luck. Bet you got a million people. People. I can meet a million things to post. I'm sorry, I was reading Richard's comment. It just reminded me to double check my duck race entry on the last live stream. Final show. Did I duck race? No, I did not duck race. Thank you, Richard. You just reminded me to duck race. I should put it on there. If I have, I have. Sometimes I can't see my comment. I do it in double. There we go. Perfect. Duck race that one. Yeah, for next duck race in a couple of weeks. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Cheers, Chris. But it is quite difficult. Like if you're thinking going through parcel to go only under 1 kilogram, like 288. So it's swings and roundabouts, like because it's 240 plus 20% taxes on eBay as well, and it's a minefield. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's get out of that. Got any questions? Put them in the side chat. There we go. Perfect. To see if we've got any questions coming up. I don't think I missed anything. Talk about the raw mail thing. But if it, as it will happen at some point, it happens. Everything goes up these days. So you got to try and be frugal on that particular scale. Also, to remind myself, up first jumble sale for me of the year. Even though I know people have been the regulars who I see at Jumble, has been to 2 or 3 jumbles like this month already, because it's nearly February. You know, Christmas is miles away, like almost a month away, Christmas Day, and it's like nearly February, a few days to go, and they've been a couple, and I'm like, oh, okay. So first one, I'll try and get a little bit of footage if I can via the phone. It's always via the phone because it's very busy in this particular jumble, local one. Won't say where it is because I don't tend to say, if I can help it, where I am, particular because of people locally, and they go, and it gets quite busy. So this particular one, I have to get there over an hour early because it gets so busy in a queue. There's some jumbles got to get there like 2-3 hours early, but I have got a handful, a handful of jumbles to go to over the next few months. But that's Saturday at 12 o'clock is the first one. Because what I did, I put on a Word document in month order, obviously January to December, all the jumbles, and then the ones that I couldn't find that I got on my phone, I either didn't go to last year or heard about or went to, and quite a lot haven't notified. They don't notify till like usually 2 weeks beforehand, but some of them are good, in fact, notifying on jumble sales. So first one's on Saturday, so I'll try and get some sort of footage. If I get some good stuff, I do. Been to quite a few times before. It's usually, where do you go first on the jumble sale? Like, so basically, if you don't know, jumble sale, you get them in churches, get them in scout huts, usually for like either a charity, for the particular scouts, guides, beavers to fund them for a camp or going somewhere else, or fund for the church, right? Some have them once a year, big annual once a year, or some have 4 or 5 times a year. It can be a bit of a pain to get to, particular like the jumble sales, but it can be fruitful. But it's always thinking, where do you go, like, to a jumble sale? Like what I mean is, when you get to there, like you get in the queue, they open the gates and stuff, and where do you go? Do you go to the shoes? Do you go to the books? Do you go in the main building where you got, like, I don't know, bric-a-brac or toys or games and stuff? It's very difficult. But by the time you've decided, right, half it's gone anyway. But you've got to decide beforehand, because it's very helpful going to jumble sales beforehand, way before, like 3 or 4 times before, and that, or even once before, and you're thinking, right, I'm going to go to this jumble. I've been to this jumble before, and like, I know how they set up and roughly who, like, because obviously they new helpers come along and people leave and don't come back, and if they're helping out for the scouts or for the church and that, you know what I mean? But you're thinking, right, I know roughly what prices are going to be, because this local one, books are quite expensive, you know, they have been for the last couple. And I know roughly who's going, like about at least 10, and they're like regulars. So you've got to get in there, literally. But I have found some good stuff. But I'm only going because it's the first one. I haven't got any others on like Saturday, or like have got some week after on that particular, because it's difficult. And when you get to like jumble and that, like, which I didn't mention, like for the church and the scouts and stuff and all that, it's usually in rooms, and they pile tables around, usually in like an oblong or a square shape, and some in the middle with books, toys, games, clothing piled on. Usually clothing's piled on. It's a bit like a rummage sale sort of thing, or if you get like a garage sale and you've got like outside tables and stuff jumped, like chucked on. It's quite good. Do check out my videos for the jumble sales. I've got a whole playlist for them. I don't tend to get a lot of footage because it's very difficult, and I feel a bit, I still like feel uneasy to film in there. Like, not so much these days, but it's just difficult when you're trying to get through, because you literally got, I would say, 15 minutes. Well, max, usually about 5-10 minutes before the good stuff is disappeared. In some cases, 2 minutes. Because if you know this picture jumble, roughly what they're gonna, where they put stuff, not what they've got, but where they put stuff, then you're kind of there getting the good stuff. Not that you know if all the board games are complete, or, and you just got to take an educated guess. And quite a lot of jumbles, if you wait to the last minute, they chuck out a lot of stuff. Anyway, but what they do before they do that is they let you have it for free. But I can't really stay too long at these places. I'm in, chat to a few people, I'm back out. And that. I can't remember what I was going to look at on my phone, actually. Oh yeah, because with jumble sales, I've got like sometimes you've got like a couple, two jumble sales on one particular day, and you've got to work out, is it worth going to his jumble sales? Have you been there before? Just luckily, I've been to both before, and I know roughly how their layout is on the particular jumble sale, right? But is it worth going? Because like you got to get like because this particular jumble beginning of the February the 3rd, right? There's two, not naming any names, but there are, I think it's about 40 minutes to get to from the first one to the next one, right? And you got to get an ample time because the next one, like, you literally, I find is a mile queue. It's crazy. You want to get somewhere near the kind of near the front, but you've also got to set yourself a time limit to get round this jumble. You've got half an hour, 20 minutes, get done and out, and then the next one. You know, it's really difficult. But then, like, you can just about do it on the time. If for example, one's at 10:30 and the other one's not till 2 o'clock. But if they're like 10 o'clock, there's two at 10, one at 10 o'clock or one at 11. Can't do it if they're not close. So you've got to pick and choose. But I understand where Chris is coming from there about the jumble sales because, like, for example, like as Chris says, not willing to join the scrums. But I get that 100%. It's very difficult because some people are willing to literally smack you with the elbow or slap you. Literally, I've seen slaps and punch ups at the jumble sales. I try and get in as I can, but it's very difficult. That's the same here. I have to pick up a lot of jumbles. It's big business around my way, but I don't like. Well, I think once, possibly twice last year, went to jumbles. I was able to literally just look at stuff because I went to an early jumble sale. They paid a fiver to get in early, and it was worth it. Literally worth it. I got some good stuff. We still haven't listed. And then there was one that I went to. It was slightly busier, but I was able to look around. That was on a Friday night. In a scout place. It was a bit of a crappy time because very, very busy on the roads. I know one person didn't get there who was supposed to go, but it's really difficult to pick up stuff at the jumbles. Oh, BCP, I'm not going to read that out, but I've just read your other comment. I think BCP's northern somewhere, Newcastle, something like that, if I remember rightly, or might be way off. Let us know if you find jumble sales okay, and do you actually even find jumble sales? Because one thing that I don't find like particularly a lot is jumbles, because like I learn at least half my the jumble sales through contacts and through people who I've met at jumbles, and sites to go on to check. And beforehand, it was just like local, but you got to check. Like basically, what you got to do is you got to go on Google Maps, like PC or phone, and just think, how far am I willing to travel to a jumble? Me, just over an hour to a jumble, right? You got to think, right, northeast, southwest, right? An hour away, each area, and you got to go to each area and go, right, church, scout hut, big community style building, you know. And it's very difficult to find because a lot of the information you find online on their websites is out of date, and never really look on Facebook, like it's always out of date when you go on to Yahoo and that sort of thing. You look at it, you think 2020, 2019, have a laugh. But when you find one, you're like, oh, I don't know, but it's good to find a new one. But the downsides of going to a new, finding a new jumble sale we've never been to before is, A, you've got to try and work out how far it is to where you live, what time the jumble sale's on, what time you literally got to get in a queue for a jumble sale, an hour and a half, 2 hours early, where to park, because a lot of them are yellow lines down these places. Are you willing to pay for parking if it's in like a area near a car park or in a town or something, or you want to find a road without lines, because like you can't park on the pavement, because I brought that law in, didn't they? Can't park on the pavement, otherwise they fine you and that. I can't remember how much that was now. They did say recently. And then like you've got to wait up once you've come home. You've got to wait up. Like, was that jumble sale worth going to for the petrol I used for like that half an hour I spent traveling there, and then the half an hour back, right? Did I get anything decent worth more than £20? How was it? Like, was it busy there? You've got to work it out. And if you think it's all good, you mark it down somewhere, a bit of paper on a spreadsheet or on Word document or whatever on your phone, and you could try and find the next date. Sometimes they tell you the next date when it is. Like, give you little leaflets and stuff, but some don't bother. You just got to work it out. But it's difficult, particularly when you like not been to not many and you don't know. But as I say, half the time I get told about jumbles. Okay, have a look through. But what I've done the research around after Christmas up until now, certain times where I've looked at jumbles that I've been to before, ones that are marked on my calendar for last year, and go, right, okay, I'll look at those ones first, and then I go, right, I look at churches, scout huts, for example, community buildings, or the any. And I found a few, but then there's people, regular ones, like more regular than what I do, right? Been going for years and years and years, like, that know X amount more than what I know anyway. I'm like, great. But what can you do? You just got to do the best you can do when you go to a jumble sale. Not seen a jumble advertised near me since about 2017. The last two I did go to weren't great. It is really difficult, like, because as I said to you, a lot of the information online, Facebook and websites, is really out of date. Because COVID really hit home about going to jumble sales, and all the dates on there particular are gone. There is a few that I went to previously, not last year, but before COVID, right? That were really good. One I can't remember where that was now, but I went to one where it's fill a bag, right? You just fill your bags for life, right? And you go in and you pay a £5 to go in early, and you go round. And then there was one in a scout place that was local. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that one. And then there was one really local to me that was on before COVID, and then obviously that shut it down. But like, usually they're on from, that I find, January up to like, can be mid-December. You get like a few in January. Main months of jumble sales are February, March. Then I think, wait, let's have a look. You've got February, March, September, October, November, because there's none, literally, I don't personally think I've ever seen a jumble sale in August. Then you've got July, June, May, April, very few anyway, but it only takes one item to make it worthwhile going to a jumble. You never know. That's why a lot of people like make it a big business to go jumbles. It's not rock and roll going to a jumble. And afterblade jumbles stink. This is telling the truth here. They stink of shit. Literally. I went to a jumble up in Croydon, right? That's a crap hole. Literally, Croydon is. If you know Croydon. I went to this jumble and I walked around it. I'm like, oh, it stinks in here. I had to walk out a few times to get a breath of fresh air. I was like, I'm not going back there again. Not because it stunk, because of the like that, but the prices were horrible and stuff and all that, and it stank. And what you got to think about is the staff who like volunteer mainly. Sometimes they don't coordinate prices with people. You get like, say for example, one section of clothing is £1 each. Stay like on the right side, and then about a few meters down, £1.50. I'm thinking, wait, they're still men's clothing or women's or whatever. You know what I mean? It's still like that. But I have seen people going through and arguing. Oh, it's not shouldn't be that prices. Like the regular jumblers, they try and get it for as little as they can. I don't mind paying up, like just to help out a charity or the church or the Scouts, Beavers, Brownies, for example, Rainbows. You know what I mean? Just to give them a little bit, because like this day and age, it's very difficult for places to get funds anyway. Some of them are nice though, nice areas, and they're in the summer. But like it's guaranteed that I know of, like going to jumbles, like waiting outside jumbles when it's pissing down with rain, or it's baking hot, or it's so cold you got to put 5 layers on. But then we get into a jumble, you're baking hot. But I don't know, it's a difficult situation, like, because it's easier when you've gone to a jumble before, like to know, like once you go in, you pay your 50p a pound to go in, or 20p, whatever, because none of them are free, right? Well, actually, no. Saying that, a couple were free last year, but whether they are this year, who knows? Going through, and if you know the jumble sale itself and roughly where things are, right? Not not what's there, but what like the areas where the stuff usually is. You can just go, right, I'm going to go there quickly and go there and go there. But usually you go to one place and it's like, oh crap, and you go to the other place afterwards and it's gone. So it's difficult. But when it's a new one, you just got to instinct, have a shifty, literally. I have a eyeball inside their building. Sometimes you wait near where the windows are, because you have a little shift. Oh, I've seen so and so. Because when you do your research and varying things, and you've been a reseller for years, you get to know about varying items and what things look like, and think, oh, I think that might be so and so. Not even say it, just think aloud in your head. Like, don't say anything, just think in your head and that. But sometimes you're like literally, you're quite far away from the particular place, and you've got to like sort of do the usual car boot scene. You know the car boot, when you walk in, right, when you're waiting that queue at a car boot, and you pay your £1 or £2 ticket in, it's a jog, it's a fast jog, or some people it's a leg it and fall over, right? You know what I mean? But it's fast jog, literally like jumble sales. It's fast jog. It's one man for them all, literally, or woman, I should say. I think they're vultures. I'm a vulture and all. I just gotta get that way. It's mine. I spot something, I'm getting it. 9 times out of 10. Like, I got a beer stein at Jumble. I got 2 actually last year at Jumble sales, and I was like, I spy them. Like, I spy might like something beginning with, you know, B, or should say S as well, beer or stein, you know, and I'm in there. Sod it if I've got something in hand. That's going back or whatever. I'm just going straight in there, done. You know, stuff you know of. But sometimes you walk in. I've walked into a jumble and I've gone, ugh. Forget like some of them smell bad, right? All the stuff that's being collected, or just a tiny place, right? And some of them smell lovely because they clean it properly, these places. But what I'm saying is, like, you walk in there and you go, you can have that instinct and think, like, telepathic, and go, this is going to be shit. What am I doing here? And 9 out of 10, you're not wrong. Because it's like, wow. Because there's a jumble sale on the 17th of February. Because I'm got to literally run around the jumble sale, get back home, because I'm heading out to the OVO Arena in Wembley to see my favourite band, ever, enter Shikari. And they should be playing some new tracks and some old ones, and can't wait. It's not that far. Well, it's up North London, West London, basically by Wembley. You walk down Wembley Way and see the arch, because you can get off at the underground station, right? And like thinking, can I go to this jumble? Because this jumble I missed last year because of COVID. I was ill and that, and it's a really good one. I really would like to go, and I think I should be able to make it if I go around quickly. Because I know like regulars are going, and I've got to go do. I'm sorry, I've got to go. I've got a thing to do, you know. But I think it's what it is. You get chatting to people, acquaintances, if you know what I mean, about when you go to these places like Carboots, jumbles. You sort of meet people regularly, and you get chatting to them, and you think, oh, okay. And that's why, like, a few of them being so kind, and as well as I do, like, to help out, like, oh, there's jumble, and I'll help out. Like, I know it's competition, but it's friendly competition. Some of them, fair enough, you will not even go there with them, but a very small handful, you kind of would, like, because they're friendly competition sort of thing. I know it's not a good thing to do, but you've got to be friendly to people, and things happen like in this game in this world. Wouldn't mind paying up so much for a jumble, as you know, all money is going directly to the cause. Very true, yeah. What you got to think about though, as you know from going to the Carboots and the charity shop, you got to especially Carboots, you got to look at the item. If it's a clothing item, for example, as a lot of it is in jumbles and at Carboots, you got to look at it and go, is there any little marks that I can't get out? Might not be able to get out. Or any rips and that? Is zip working on that? If it's the trousers or like a zipped jacket thing, or are the discs in the DVDs you're picking up, or games? You know, because gaming stuff at Carboots, jumbles goes in like in 10 minutes. It's gone. Don't matter how big the car boot is, people are always going around it, especially car boots and stuff. But what I find though, jumbles is privilege for some people to volunteer because they can get first dibs. I've seen people going out with some cracking stuff. Like, hang a minute, the one I'm going to on Saturday, they're walking out. As you're looking at stuff, they're walking out with bags full of stuff, and like, leave stuff for us, mate. And they're walking back in because they're working there. Volunteering, because it's like a scout place. It's very difficult. But anyway, enough about jumble sales. So that's on Saturday. Friday, hoping to edit the video from Hitchin, the charity shops. And yes, you'll see. Leave it at that, how annoying they were. And then obviously it's back throughout, do some more day in your lives if I can, because there's a lot going on here. So any other questions, pop them in the side chat. I'll answer them. I've got 15 watching. Did have 20 odd watching. Do check out my other channel, Quack That Gamer. It's in the description below. Doing well on that channel, 32 subscribers. Who was that? Okay, cool. Any other content you would like me to make, let me know in the description below, or let me know Facebook, Instagram. Ultimately, go and check out my eBay store. Have a look at that. Buy something from my eBay store, and let me know in the comment of that, and then you get a shout out. Apart from that, just clearing a bit of backlog. But yeah, what Pete WW said there. Loving your live streams as always. Thank you much. I do love to do these streams. It can be a bit stressful when there's so much going on. You think, but I do like doing them. It's a nice little just get on and chat and just enjoy that hour or so. He says I need to get out sourcing soon. Yeah, definitely. Depends on what sourcing you mean, whether it's going to jumbles, car boots, charity shops, sourcing for free stuff. yeah, I have a bit of a backlog problem, so haven't been out for a while as such. And obviously the car boots finished beginning of November. So that was that, and then not back onto mid-March. It depends on the weather though, because last year we had about 4 weeks worth, possibly 5 weeks of rain, and it didn't start till mid to the end of April. I think I can't remember exactly what the first one I did, but I know it was April some point they started. I was like, oh great, that's all we needed. But with the weather, storm, wherever it is now, because you get the windstorm. If you go onto Wikipedia, right? Where am I going? Wind. 2023-24 European windstorm season, right? The windstorm season. Come on. Yeah, there. It's not very good, but you can see the windstorm season. The latest one, Storm Jocelyn, which is still affecting, because last night it was absolutely disgusting. It was windy as anything. So, say Storm Jocelyn. It was like 40-mile-an-hour wind. It was horrible. But it's been like that for a long time. But hopefully the storm will calm down. Because there's nothing worse than people setting up a car boot, for example, or even outside at a jumble sale, because some of them are just purely outside, and like really high wind and things just flying about. It's nothing worse than that, especially when you're doing a car boot, like selling stuff, get rid of stuff, crap out your backlog, and like you have to really batten down like your kind of like your stuff. Like literally, yeah, it's nothing worse than that. But I sold quite a few Valentine's cards in the last few days. Not big profit, but not complaining. All right, yeah, because that's not far, is it? The something of February. Fair enough. Yeah, we had 50-mile-an-hour winds down here, and it was wow. It was just like it basically sounded like a chainsaw going off. It was that particular in the wind, but it's bad enough when you go to car boots. It's very windy and you can't move, or you're stuck in the mud on things flying off. You know, shame I can't fly off in my hand. Like telepathically go, oops, mine, £100 game. Go walkies. Trying to think of anything else that's been happening. Not particularly. Having my haircut tomorrow. Nothing special because it's quite long. Apart from getting the backlog sorted out, hopefully just more recording videos at some point, whether it be for this channel, Peter A's Adventures. Got any quick questions? Pop them inside chat for a few more minutes. End the stream. 9:15. Lovely. Oh, also, before I forget, I do need to check out places that I can go to for like day trips. Places that are in a certain distance that I want to visit for my what I call outside adventure vlogs. I've got a few that I have thought about. But it's just trying to work out like best time and place to go out and film when you got time, when the weather's okay. We're doing the one I was meant to do last year, up in Surbiton, along the River Thames, up to through Kingston, up to Teddington Lock, across Teddington Lock, across the bridge, all the way down, keep going down, and onto the what's called Barge Walk, and that leads you out to Hampton Court Palace, and then you get obviously you get a bus back into Kingston, and then that's basically a whole day's worth of walking and filming. Lucky I got my walking boots. So that, and then the other bits and pieces, just filming places are really interesting, places that I haven't been to for years or never actually got a chance to go to. There'll be a few that I want to film that I've filmed before. Um, Also, this year I do want to upgrade the GoPro. It's difficult to know what if I like, because there's so many different variations of GoPros about, and different one that other companies have brought out, and if like get another vlogging camera, um, and that, because GoPros are quite unreliable. Don't like, because on Hero 7, I've got um 7 batteries. It's not great in low light conditions. None of them are, but I've seen a few that are really good. Got different attachments you can have, like wind socks and stuff, and different like microphone bits. That's like summerish time when money's a bit better and sales are better, and I can get a good deal, because always deals on Amazon for that particular thing. And that. My garden furniture blew across the garden in the wind. Damn. Yeah, we got ours like that down the end near not too far from a wall. Basically, what we do, each winter period, we basically get a large green sheet. Mum wraps it around, like put it down, wraps it around, then get some bricks, put on the sheet, and the stone, I think, like underneath and on top as well, so it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, there's a few. It's like when people have their what do you call it, trampoline things, and you just see them flying across. Another question here from Pete WW. 2 seconds. I have indeed. If you don't know, Prism nightclub. Well, in Kingston upon Thames is a nightclub. Just Google that for you if you don't know. PRYZM. There we go. Perfect. Let's have a look. There. Nope. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. Audio. There. We go. Basically, what Pete means there, it's a nightclub here in Kingston upon Thames, right, in London. Here, you can see Banquet Records, right? I've done a lot of Banquet Records. I've done a lot to Prism with the audio equipment, and got funds for the last year for a new lift, and for all the gear. Bigger artists can come, for example, like different areas and stuff. So the problem what outside, it's a nice venue. I've never really been to many sort of like nightclub experiences there, but many gigs to see Don Broco, Enter Shikari, Mike Skinner and the Streets. So that particular venue in Kingston upon Thames, apparently might be going. I don't know officially, because like I heard that the other day. Hopefully, Pete, that it survives. Like a lot of nightclub venues and music venues are going, because they're Banquet Records. There's a shop around the corner. It's very, 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 very well known throughout Banquet Records throughout the UK. People travel from far to go and look at the shop and concerts and stuff. And I was saying that to my mum the other day about the Banquet Records and Prism. If they were to, like Banquet Records were to take over Prism, they would need a lot of money, literally, because it's be quite expensive to run it, if you know what I mean, as a particular music venue, to move their shop, because their shop's quite small. They can move it in there, that'd be great. But they got prime location right on, I should say, Eden Street in Kingston. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You've got your online section as well. They ship like thousands a day. records, t-shirts, CDs and stuff and other things, and they do like cheap deals for like record days and record store days and stuff like for music venues. Yeah, I haven't done for a while, but yeah, it's a good. I went there when I went at Christmas time when I did do a bit of filming. I didn't film in there, but I looked in there and had a look. I was like, if it goes, it goes. Not much you can do about it. Like the other venue in Kingston years ago, that's now housing. Pete, my mind's going blank. Uh, I should really look it up on my thing. There's Prism. Yeah, there. Near a church. Is that a church? Kingston. No. Oh fuck. I'm gonna have a look it up. I can't think what I'm thinking about now. Basically, there was another venue that I went, another nightclub venue that I went, and it's now housing or another venue. Let me have a look through. Do bear with me a sec. Got some playlists on here. No, Mike Skinner. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Music concerts. It was one of my early ones I did before I was a reseller. I saw a band called a metal band called While She Sleeps. Hippodrome. That's the word. Hippodrome. Hippodrome. That's where it used to be. That's right. That's right. Hippodrome. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. The Hippodrome. Yeah, I remember walking. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be, but nothing is like housing or something like that. Particular. It was a shame that that particular one went, but these things happen. Yeah. So look out for videos that are coming up on my channel, Period Adventures, and if you want to check out Quack Attack Gamer, there'll be more shorts coming lives at some point. I'm gonna do a different game rather than play Resident Evil 4 remake. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, gonna end the stream there. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate that. Got any comments, questions? Pop them in the comment section below, or let me know about my Facebook, Instagram, and that. Hi, David. Thanks for popping in, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, so appreciate you popping in. Just about to end the stream, David, but just popping in, mate. Appreciate that. Hope you're well. Your work's going well, mate. Leave me a comment or chat on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. And I should be around at some point for different videos, and I'll be around somewhere. Just like, share, subscribe, all that, and subscribe more content this channel, and Quack Attack Gamer. There we go. My gaming side of the me. So cheers popping in. Take care. See you later.